Good afternoon for Mr. Adi. My name is Jonathan Pambera from Faculty Economic and Business, Tanjung Pura University, International Management Program Study, batch 2018. Today I would like to answer the final exam question that has been given for me. So, I would like to answer part A first. Number one, explain what you have done at Zoom meeting at OB class for one semester. So, we have learned many things through online learning, namely the presentation of material given by Mr. Adi from chapter 1 about what is organizational behavior to chapter 15, leading change and stress management. We also learned to practice conversations given the opportunity to ask the presentation and given the opportunity to open and close the learning with our opening and closing words. Each of us includes training our confidence in speaking and arguing. The second, are you active in attending the class at Zoom meeting? Are you active in discussing the topic delivered by the presenters? Yes, I'm very active in participating in learning at Zoom meetings. I'm not very active in discussing, but often listen well. But when there is a chance, I definitely try to be active, even though there are many definitions or mistakes in expressing words. Third, how many chapters are presented at OB class via Zoom? What have you presented during your OB lecture via Zoom? What knowledge have you got from presenting your OB topics? Who is the best presenters? Give the reason to your answer. 15 chapters. Our group have been presented about chapter 13, diversity and cross-cultural adjustments. I was learned that diversities are not an obstacle in the company or our life. Our lives must be open or open-minded because we can achieve exciting differences and we have to adapt to cross-cultural or adapt to try new things so that we can respect and comply with existing cultures and differences in them. The best presenters is the presenter who present chapter 2 about personality and person environment fit, namely the Robbie, Felicia, and Selene groups. Besides providing questions and study cases, they also provide games and quiz intermezzo, which are not too tense but can focus relax simultaneously so that the presentation they give enter my mind and their voice are clear. Fourth, how does OB lecture for one semester impress you? And deliver your closing comments by mentioning the benefit and the knowledge you have got from attending the OB lecture via Zoom. For me, OB learning is very fun and I can learn many things from the material provided from chapter 1 until 15, the biggest part of which can be concluded how to behave well for the future success of the company and in life. The material provided by Mr. Adi were presented by our respective groups. We were very happy to be able to express opinions and train confidence and conversation and gain new knowledge. Next, the part B question related to OB theories. So, the first question is, would you rather work in an organization with a theory A, theory Y, or theory Z? Style of leadership, give reason for your preference. I would like to work with theory Z because the theory Z combines the XY theory with Japanese style business leadership and expect employees to always be loyal or have high loyalty to the organization. Theory Z can also be said to be refinement of the Y theory in motivating employees. This theory Z views the needs of employees as driving factor for work motivation, not only limited to physical needs and security. Certainly the company's concern for the welfare and the fulfillment of employees' mental, emotional, social, spiritual needs is very much considered in applying this Z theory. The second, what are some of the differences between the classic bureaucratic model as outlined by Max Weber and other more alternative models? The classic model of bureaucracy is typically called the ideal Weberian model, and it was developed by Max Weber, an early German sociologist. Weber argued that the increasing complexity of life would simultaneously increase the demands of citizens for government service. Therefore, the ideal type of hierarchy, the Weberian model, was one is in which agencies are apolitical, hierarchically organized, and governed by formal procedures. Furthermore, special bureaucrats would be better able to solve problems through logical reasoning. Such effort would eliminate entrench patronage, stop problematic decision making by those in charge, provide a system for managing and performing repetitive tasks that require little or no distraction, impose order and efficiency, create a clear understanding of the service provided, reduce arbitrariness, ensure accountability, and limit distraction. The third, describe three theories of leadership and provide examples for each. The great man theory. The great man theory of leadership starts the excellent leaders are born, not developed, a popular concept in the 9th century. This 19th century, this theory states the leadership in an inherent quality. This type of leader often possesses the natural attribute of intelligence, courage, confidence, intuition, and charm, among others. The trait theory. The trait theory of leadership states that certain natural qualities tend to create good leaders. Having certain qualities does not necessarily mean someone has strong leadership skill. However, some leaders may be excellent listeners or communicators, but not every listener or communicator makes an excellent leader. The behavioral theory. The behavioral theory of leadership focuses on how a person's environment, not natural abilities, form him or her into a leader. One of the key concepts of behavioral theory is conditioning. Conditioning states that a person will be more likely to act or lead in a certain style as a result of environmental response to behavior. Fourth, describe various models of organizational leadership. 1. Charismatic leadership. Leadership that comes from God's grace, where the leader has extraordinary abilities, strong magnets, and a strong emotional attraction from those who are led to the leader. For example, Bung Karno, Anwar Sadat, and Mahatma Gandhi. The second, transactional leadership, is leadership to control subordinates by using power to achieve results, manage subordinates by giving rewards and punishment, usually implementing mutually beneficial transactions with subordinates. Transformational leadership is an effective leadership model that has been applied in various international organizations that manage the relationship between leaders and followers by emphasizing several factors including attention, communication, trust, respect, and risk. Fifth, how does the organization culture influence the employee performance? Explain your answer. Your answer must be supported with a journal related to the question given. Say the author, the problem statement, the research method, and the findings of the research. The positive association between culture and performance help in improving results of organization. The job performance of organization has a strong impact of strong organization culture, as it leads to enhanced productivity. The net profit in an organization help in enhancing performance of employees. There is a relationship between organizational cultures with the performance of employees or members of the organization can be reflected in the behavior of the organization. When employees imitate appropriate behavior with the organizational culture, there will be spread certification, and there are even reward directly or indirectly. Organizational culture be a code of conduct for its member which is unconsciously applied in carry out its activities. The author are Rodiatul Kusumawardhani and Judy Maksam Yuniadi Mayuwan. Problem statement. Organizational development in an era of globalization, the more rapidly making competition in organization is getting tighter. Research humans have an important role in company business today. It said that company with good human resource will be able to compete with the other companies. This matter proof that the quality of human resources also determines quality and future in the company. Research method the purpose of the study to explain the influence of organizational culture on performance employees. Then the type of research used in explanatory research. Research with a quantitative approach, while data collection was done by distributing questionnaires and documentation. The finding of the research simultaneously, it is known that the principle of familiarity and integrity principle have a significant effect on performance employees. The SIG-A value of time is 0.000. The result of the study clearly show the principle of familiarity has a significant effect on employee performance with a SIG-T value of 3,235. The result of this research is partially known that the principle of incredulity has significant effect on employee performance with a SIG-T value of 4,989 based on the research. It shows that the principle of integrity has a dominant effect of employee performance. SIG. What is stress management? Is stress management important to study? Why? How important is stress management for you as a manager, as a student, and child in your family? How do you manage your stress? Stress management is a broad spectrum psychotherapy and technique aimed at controlling a person's stress level, especially chronic stress, usually for the purpose and motive of improving daily functioning. Stress management helps us break the hold stress has on everybody's life so we can be happier, healthier, and more productive. The ultimate goal is a balanced life with time work, relationship, relaxation, and fun, and the resilience to hold up under pressure and meet challenges head on. That's why it's very important to study stress management. As a manager, student, and child in my family, of course, with stress management, I can control my stress even I having so many assignment or homework. As a manager, student or child in my family, if I'm stressed, I will get some fresh air or relax myself outside and do hobbies in my spare time so that mind becomes clearer again. 7. Explain the difference between good stress and bad stress. There is a word for bad stress among physiologists. This stress is jittery. It can wear you out. It even tied to things like mood, for concentration, and confusion. Good stress, on the other hand, is called eustress. This characterized by stress that can help motivate or inspire you. This type of stress can actually help push you get things done. Another term for this is challenge by choice. If you decide on your own to go headfirst into a challenge, it might still be stressful but in a positive way. 8. Is change important in your life? Why? How do you lead your change? Give the example. Change is very important to me, but change in a negative direction to a positive direction because it can build me to be even better. I will lead my change by building motivation first or motivating myself because with motivation the enthusiasm for change will continue. For example, at night I motivate myself to wake up early because I always wake up late. So I will continue to get used to it and change occurs. 9. You have studied 15 chapters on OB book given by your lecturer. How do you find the book on OB used in learning OB? How does it contribute to your study performance? Among the 15 chapters you have studied, which chapter is most difficult to understand? Why? Which chapter is the easiest? Why? Which is chapter the most interesting. Why? What knowledge have you got from studying OB in this semester? Will you apply the OB theory in your life and at work? Why? I searched the ebook for OB lesson via the internet and I downloaded in PDF format. The ebook really helped my study performance because it was very connected to the OB lesson. The most difficult chapter to learn is chapter 7, power and politics, because I still don't understand power and especially politics in this subject. This subject is still confusing, especially when it comes to companies. The issues is chapter 6, leadership, which I understand very well and it's easy to understand in learning. The most interesting thing was when I studied chapter 11, managing conflict and negotiation, which learn about managing conflict and negotiating to resolve it. From OB, I can learn to be good because in general, the learning leads to a good attitude that will lead to success in work and life society. I want to apply the theory of OB in life and work because it's very important in building a good and motivating self, me in doing positive things. Part 3. Question and related to OB video. Find two videos on organizational behavior. You can choose two of 15 chapters provided on OB ebook given, and you must mention the speakers and what the speaker explained and what knowledge you can get from watching the two videos. What is organizational behavior? The speaker is Greg Learning. The speaker explained organizational behavior model, organizational success, the importance of OB, benefit from OB, organizational behavior. OB is a scientific discipline that studies the behavior of individual and group of organization structure. An organization with the aim of increasing employee job satisfaction, productivity, and organizational effectiveness. I get the knowledge how to improve employee job satisfaction, productivity, and organizational effectiveness. The second, organization communication. The speaker is Greg Learning also. The speaker explained organizational communication, downward communication, management by wandering around, upward communication, horizontal communication, diagonal communication, informational communication, social network. Building effective organizational communication is certainly the dream of every company. The knowledge that I got after watching the video are how to give clear expectation from strong relationship, generate ideas and innovation, realize trust, customer ambassador, and strengthen teamwork. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for Mr. Adi that has been teach us until one semester. I'm really glad